put one between or over toward the It is 6:36 p.m. on the 17th of August. This is the North Whidbey Park and Recreation District having a special meeting to discuss the budget and ice rink suggestion. Present are Commissioners Hawley, Commissioner Fort, and Commissioner Hoffmeyer. And just so you guys know, there may be an emergency that will take our director away from us. If it does, where we won't go to the ice rink question, but hopefully we'll be able to finish the budget review with the other fabulous members of our staff that are here. If not, we can ask our questions and list them, and they'll be covered next week at the regular meeting. Okay, I think the best way to run this is the way we've been running the budget reviews for the last time, because we can't wait for him to do the whole budget spiel. So if he does a page at a time, and so hold your questions when he's at the end of the page, we will ask our questions in turn. So
that's true. Test my patience.
So write your questions down. If you have a burning question, write it down for yourself. But as he gets to the end of a page, we'll ask our questions and then move to the next page. Is that okay for a way to do it? Okay. Mr. Director?
Thank you. And actually, I don't intend to cover, I just intend to answer your questions, but just give a little preamble is all.
Okay.
And that way we'll, since we switched to the way there. So what I want to do is just a quick review of where we are right now. At the end of Q2, from a revenue perspective, we're about 50% of our yearly revenue. So we're tracking fairly well on revenue as a whole. Levy is about 55%. And then the program money is about 45% right now. So just, even though none of this is linear, expenses or revenue is linear, I mapped it. If it was linear, right now at $503,000 roughly, we'd be at about 101% of the target for revenue for the year. So just something to think about. The major adjustment in the revenue, though, is going to be made is the NWAC no longer being a district-sponsored program. Compared to this year, the adjustment in revenue, we brought it down $26,890, and which is less than last year. Last year, our adjustment down was $62,400 and something dollars, so about $35,500 less, which is about 57% less than last year's adjustment to it. On the expense side, at about almost $403,000, we're about 41% of our expected expenses right now, and most of those savings are coming in labor. If expenses were linear, and this just takes all of our expenses divided by 12 to make it linear, we'd be running about 81% of where we would have been if the expenses went linear. So we're undershooting expenses that way as well. So again, from the labor, so what you have in front of you there is there are two changes. I missed the one. There's one to the mail, which is about $180 email thing, and then I decoupled the reserve. We will, for the suggestion we talked about prior to the meeting, we'll find a way to put it in the notes at the bottom where we're tracking it. It's always tracked in the treasurer's report. Thank you. And anytime I do something, it's in the staff report to you guys. So there'll always be a good way to do it, but we can always go, our goal for the year is, and how are we measuring against it in the notes. So that'll be something to do. So as you go through this right here, the adjustments we're making to the expense side will result in a reduction of projected expenses by about $38,000. I'm just rounding it here by $50. In contrast to last year, the reduction was about $50,000. So we're about $12,000 less than last year, which is about 23.5% less than
12,000 less. I'm sorry.
So the amount of money we adjusted.
Oh, your adjustment. Sorry. Okay.
Because that was part of what we were trying to do, is get more accurate in our stuff there. So that's kind of the basic overview up here. The last thing, though, is I think that the way the budget has been executed and the way we're trying to do it right now and the way we're trying to grow the program show that we are working toward the established district goals of promoting what we're supposed to be doing there and managing our money more responsibly. So, with that said, not going through it like I would have normally done to go this week, that's really the thing. So I'm back over to you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Questions on page 1?
No.
Okay, I do. Silver sneakers, why is that so low? What do you know why?
No, we
Just-
have about 22, somewhere around 20 to 22 silver sneakers people, but they're just for some reason not showing up.
Did we anticipate a growth and we didn't get it? Is that why?
No, actually, I went by what last year was supposed to, what we were
Oh.
shooting for, about $200 a month is what we've been getting from them.
Did we lose some silver sneaker clients, or I don't know what you call them?
Don't say lose to old people.
Oh, did some of them stop coming? Sorry.
Well,
Or
apparently some of them did, the reason why,
Okay.
I don't know.
okay.
But I've not heard of anyone losing them completely, if that's
Well,
what.
I'm just, anytime I see a decrease in, or we're not meeting revenues, it's kind of like, do we know why? So kayak lessons, that seems very low, but are we expecting kayak lessons to be a lot more when college is in session?
Well, all the kayak is college right now. We don't have any other kayak. They canceled one class this year.
Okay,
And in the summer, the the second class in June was canceled. So there are only going to be 2 more. He's done 2, and there are 3 more, or 3 and, no, 2 and 2 more, 2 and 2 more.
okay, and so because I see that 1266 was one class then, and, okay, it was scheduled 2, or we did 2? Sorry.
We have done 2.
Okay, so if we did 2 and it gave us 1266, how are we going to get 4424 with 2 classes coming? Yes?
I just billed Skagit Valley last week.
Oh, are we,
This is only through June.
okay, so we are expecting payment for those, thank you. Okay, that totally makes sense. Okay, and then youth swimming, that's kind of bad, it looks like to me. We're halfway through, or do we have, is most of the swimming classes during the summer?
Well, summer
July and
was a
August?
huge uptick, but
Okay,
we've discussed it, and we're just not sure. We also this year put a week other than the summer. Well, actually did it in the summer too. We put a week in between classes to help minimize the, you finish on a Thursday and people are trying to register, and then they start back up on the next Tuesday. It was becoming, the first day of class was a huge mess, trying to get them in there. So we built a week in between classes.
so how many weeks of revenue did we give up to do that?
I think it took away 1 session.
Yeah, the equivalent of 1 session probably.
8 weeks? Isn't that what a session, okay,
4.
all right.
The session is 4 weeks, except in the summer it's 4 days for 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Page 2. Questions?
Yeah. Swim camp, do we know how much we made on that? And is this 2880, is that net, or is that,
It's never net on here, it's gross on here.
right, okay.
The first class is running right now, we have 1 more class to go. The first class was, it was for 30 and 28, we have 28 in there, and the next class is, I think, scheduled for 28 unless we get 2 more to sign up, is that about right? Oh, they're at 30 now? Yeah, so that's projected on 30 people for both classes, because when we went through and did this, we were basically full on both classes.
Oh, it says based on 24 swimmers each.
That was an original.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right,
Okay, thank you.
that's right.
Scuba, could you tell us the lane hours that covers? That would be the
Yeah,
496
it covers 1.5 lane hours.
per total, or is that for the whole, how many total lane hours?
No, not off the top of my head. Every time he comes there, it's 1.5.
I know, it'd be nice to know how many lane hours that's covering, to see if it's actually paying
Well, it is.
for its lane hour use.
They do.
plus a little profit,
Yeah, with profit.
because they are a for-profit
Yeah.
company.
That is correct, they do.
Okay,
It's just, I do, for the scuba, it's as much a guess as anything. He'll tell me at the beginning of the year.
yeah, I know.
I think I'm gonna do this.
Just so we make a profit, because they're making a profit.
Yep, we are.
Yeah. Oak Harbor High School, seems a little low, is that?
Well, that's because the fall girls and boys season.
Okay, so
starts
most
up
of it
next-
comes in the fall,
Yeah,
okay.
they start next week.
Gotcha, thank you, I'm done.
Okay, so for swim camp, you have 2880. And then moving down to NWAC, 2880, scheduled lane time for remainder of 2017. Is that a typo, or are those really both the numbers that are supposed to be there? It just struck me as
No,
really,
that's- No.
okay,
Based on what they've asked for the remainder of the year,
okay.
that's what it is.
Rents and concessions other. So there was an actual 461.84, and then you put it at 500, adjusted based on projected revenue. It's like, what is rentals and concessions other? What is that?
Lane rentals, because there's no lane rental line underneath.
That's like parties? No.
No, because that's separate.
Oh,
No,
that's the dragon boaters and,
lane rent, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
lane
where
rental.
they go.
Is that what that is?
yes, lane.
Okay.
rentals.
So are you expecting anybody else to want to rent lanes, or possibly, or?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly, but I don't, well, yeah, there might be some Special Olympics in there for some stuff as well. That's the thing.
Okay, all right. That was all I had, so page 3. I didn't have anything.
So facility reserve, yeah, so that's basically zeroed out now.
Right.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it's not going to be paid, it's just not an
Yeah,
expense.
yeah,
so-
that makes sense. I mean, we're not spending it, we're putting it in the reserve, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. No further questions.
Okay. Page 4.
No questions for me.
Okay. Commissioner Hoffmeyer?
No.
Okay, page 5.
So I have a question, if you don't have any.
You can ask first.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, kayak equipment, what is 1150 versus we've only spent 8131? What are we gonna buy?
That's the stuff we talked about in those previous meetings that we
Okay.
went back and relooked at.
Sure.
And-
Yeah, if we actually spend that much, I kind of look back and see see if we actually made money off of kayak for the last 6 years or 5 years, and that will basically eat up any profit we would have made off of kayaks. We will have zero profit off of kayak, just for educational purposes.
All right.
Barracuda backup, I think, and again, I'm going to do this with a number of them. Barracuda backup, I guess we don't pay that till near the end of the year or something?
It's a one-time payment.
Yeah, so what I would like to do is amortize that into this actual half year, because even though we're not spending it yet, it's still, I mean, if we wait until the end of it, it's going to look like we had a lot at the end. So if we'd amortize it in now, just like the insurance, $30,000 for the liability insurance and stuff, then at the end of the year, we'll look like we're trying to estimate what our end of the year budget's going to be, or outcome is going to be, and so I would think that would help.
Well, I can't put in something that I haven't done.
Yeah, oh, I know.
So,
But I mean, I would just, It's sort of an outside line on the bottom of where it says now we have a net income of $100,000 and 116. I think if when I actually go through and amortize everything, the 30,000 and we've got 25,000 more in the levy than half, and half the reserve contribution and so on and so forth. They came out that we would actually only have 31,000. So
If everything was.
yeah, right.
You're right.
So if everything was amortized, so it gives us a more realistic look at where we're at now, rather than saying, wow, we're up 100,000. No, we're only up 31,000. Right. Anyway, that's just what page are we on now? So,
Page 5.
Yeah, and then one other thing, I know I brought this up before, just froth me. That credit card cost, $7,000, $8,000 was good. I still think we ought to devise a system.
Are you talking about the credit card processing?
Yep.
Oh.
That if they pay by check or debit card, it would be one price, but it would actually, what we do is we'd set the price, and then if they pay by check or debit card, they'd get a slightly reduced price on that. That way it would sort of encourage them to sort of not use credit cards, which are costing us money. $7,000 is a pretty good slice.
Do you want to talk about that at a regular meeting?
Yeah, I have before.
Okay. Can you figure out, pros and cons
Sure.
of that issue
And so instead of rather charge them at the ahead of time, my idea would be to set the price up to include that price, that cost, and if they pay us by check and credit or debit card or cash, then they get a slightly reduced rate based on the decreased cost to us.
And is it okay I don't know if we can get it on the agenda for next week.
Yeah.
But can it wait a month?
I know.
Okay.
I didn't really expect it to get changed because it was voted down before. But
you brought it up. We should talk about it. We should look at, because maybe that makes sense. A lot of businesses do that. So
yeah, more and more businesses are starting to.
yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
To be discussed. And so we'll talk about it at the
Yeah.
September meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
If you
thank
have come with
I'm done.
data, if you would, thanks. Okay, let's see. Okay, vehicle maintenance other, and it says added $900 to fix the Ford truck, except it looks like you added, it was already $500 and now it's $1,000, so you only added $500, right?
No, it was 400 and 100 was the breakout. It just didn't have a breakout in there for fuel and maintenance. So I broke them out.
Okay.
So that now fuel is 400. And it'll be 1,000 for the, well, I added 900, it was 100 for the maintenance. But to fix the one truck, it's about $850. And that'll give us 2 usable vehicles. The other 2 we're not doing anything to. They're going to be gone when we can get rid of them. It's just it allows us to have the flexibility to. The truck is better for what Matt needs to do at Clover Valley, which mostly is in the trash.
And we've talked about that's why we have it. The numbers aren't right
If
to
you
me.
call the place out near the base, I think they actually will buy some vehicles, even if they're junkers.
We can't. We have the issue with we have to. To get rid of our stuff is a nightmare. But
To Commissioner Fort's comment, I am researching, and I've got a little bit of information on what do we do if we want to just strike something? It's no good. It's
so that we have to stop spending money on it would be
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that. All right, let me.
Okay. Because here what I have is the vehicle maintenance. It was originally budgeted at $500, and now it's $1,000. That shows to me you added $500, not $900. Where's the other $400? Oh, in fuel expense. Now I see it. Okay. Okay. Now I get. Okay. All right. Okay. And Commissioner Hoffmeyer, did you have any questions on this page? All right. Page 6. Gentlemen.
I don't have any.
Let's see here. What do I have? frame rentals. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is a school board meeting. I think I have it on the, is that gonna still be on the agenda for next?
Yes.
Okay, because I would like to not have that any more in the future, but anyway. And I've talked about, I don't know if you've talked to anybody about, how I suggested we could do it and make it fair. I think as safe as it is here, if not
Yeah,
safer.
we'll talk about it
Okay.
next week, so.
All right. And then liability insurance, I already told you that, I would like to sort of amortize that 60,000, you got 65, I think it was only 58 last year, but anyway.
No, it's 65.
Okay, all right, well then I would amortize the 32 and a half at, just towards the end. Yeah, I know you can't put it in, but I mean, that's sort of where I figured the 31,000. Okay, and I'm done.
And you said you didn't have any questions? Okay. The email and internet and telephone, why are those higher than 50%? Did we just have unexpected expenses? Is it,
Well, yes. The internet and telephone, we thought we were gonna, if you recall at the beginning of the year, we thought we were gonna be able to switch over to the city.
oh, that's right.
So we canceled our contract with them and just went month to month. We thought it was gonna be a month, maybe two, and then the city came back and said, sorry, our legal people say we can't do this.
Oh,
They didn't think it was.
Thank you very much.
I missed that part. Okay.
And the email, so there are a couple of accounts, well, now there are 3 unused accounts. One will become the archive account, but we just haven't, it's been a slow process archiving stuff, but I think we just found out from Microsoft yesterday, there might be a faster way where we can just take and go
Can we
export a whole,
do we have to archive it in sort of the, over the Ethernet, or can we just buy a hard drive and?
no, we have to keep an account, we would have to keep an account there to
Okay.
put it into,
Okay.
so that it would be, we'd be able to go in and go, like down the road,
Right, yeah, so,
Commissioner Steve Hoffmeyer's
Right.
email, someone wants to PRR something for there, we have to be able to access all of that stuff.
okay.
But that's what happened on that.
Okay, NWPRD repair and maintenance other, we adjusted it up by $3,000. It says adjusted based on projected needs.
Yeah.
What needs, why, what do we think is happening?
Well, we purchased a power washer because renting them, we found out by renting them twice in a year, which is what we would normally do, we were spending as much as if we purchased one.
Okay,
So we just purchased one, it went up, and we were running pretty close to the 12,000 right now, and I wanted to have a little bit extra in there.
Okay.
Frankly, just in case something happened.
okay. So the part of that repair and maintenance other was buying the power washer?
Yes.
Okay,
Plus it'll allow us to use it if something we need in between without having to rent it again.
Which we just did.
Yeah.
You'll see in the staff report for next week, but since we're not doing the shutdown, completely shut the pool down, that power washer was used. We went in and cleaned out both locker rooms,
Good.
top to bottom, last week, or 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago.
okay. That was page 6, page 7?
No, I didn't have nothing.
So the audit would cost us $6,773. I thought it was going to be, we were going to save money. That seems like what the original,
No, we did save money because
We
it was
did?
originally, we thought it was going to be like 10,000 or, yeah.
oh,
We saved
so,
money by Joanne and I driving the files up to them in Bellingham and then going up to them to get the debrief.
so the
Yeah.
previous estimate was 9,000.
Yes.
Okay, so we did save money. All right, thanks. And then, let's see. Election services, again, do we know what that costs for August yet?
No, and I wouldn't, I don't know. We didn't plan on 2 when we started the year.
Right, but you've added that in.
I added
So it looks like
$7,000
you were estimating $7,000 for the,
It's just, no one, even the county can't tell me what it's going to be.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
I know,
don't
but you seem to be estimating 7,000, which is probably a good guesstimate.
Yeah, it may be more, it could be less, but
Yeah, right, because we didn't have any election, but we actually ran the whole thing, so, yeah, I agree.
The one worrisome thing there I would say is, I think we were going off of past numbers, and I don't recall the last time that the North Woodbury Parks and Recreation levy was the only thing on the ballot in Oak Harbor, so that number could quite possibly be a fair amount higher.
Well, it wasn't the only thing.
It wasn't the only- there were-
The fire was on there
Fire-
also,
the
but
fire
you're
guys
right,
are
it
gonna
was
have
pretty
to
much
pay.
all- It was pretty much the only thing. You're right, so right.
If you're in the city limits.
But we were only running it for the north.
Yeah.
That was only, we weren't paying for the whole island.
We were the only thing in Oak Harbor
Right.
city limits,
Right.
yes, that could unfortunately possibly bump that number
Yeah, it
up.
could be.
Because usually there's quite a few other things on there, you know, and it's like,
Even the elections office can't tell me how to predict what it's going to cost.
But we're one of three is the way I'd estimate it anyway. I don't know, because they ran their election, they ran for the,
That's right, they have.
They
Fire,
had
and they had
two, for the
these
rest
people
of,
running.
the rest of
Yeah.
the district,
yeah.
there
so
were
I
two.
would say we're one of three rather than one of two.
Yeah.
I don't know how the
For,
county's
for
gonna figure
half,
it, but-
maybe?
Yeah.
How many,
Let's
it's
see.
like, the people that live in the city of Oak Harbor, is that maybe half the
Well, that's
population
true,
of the
yeah.
district?
half.
So half of it is gonna be just us.
Yeah.
But the other half
Oh, that's a good point. Never
Two
mind.
or-
is the fire guys too, because I'm one of those people. So it'll be interesting to see what it
it
costs.
will be, yeah.
Good luck to them to figure it
Yeah,
out.
So anyway, we'll just find out. And intergovernmental other, you were gonna tell me what intergovernmental other was. Or is, I'm sure you've told me before, and I somehow,
It's like,
The budget number for intergovernmental is 8752.8.
yeah,
yeah,
So every time I enter the vouchers to pay for these bills, and I code it to say audit, clean water, it gets, because the audit doesn't have its own line item or budget number, it all falls down to the bottom where it says intergovernmental other. So if you don't have a budget number for something, that's where it will go.
oh, so
So-
that's the clean water utility and the audit combined. Got it.
so it's clean water,
And the audit, and that's,
Anything under intergovernmental.
Well, we had audit covered.
Clean water.
audit was covered up the top.
it is, but it's, notice how there's no budget under it? And notice how it's,
There's no
so those
well, then
things,
are we
so
count-
also the water rec facility permit is the same. So if for whatever reason, but we budgeted, didn't we?
But we revised budgeted it, so it can't be revised budgeted twice.
It was never broken out and delineated.
Oh, because we didn't know how much it would be, or because we didn't?
So if we're including the 6773 and the 8752, is that what you're saying?
No, the 6773 plus the 42727 from Clean Water plus 741 from the Water Rec, together those three equal the 875228.
And that's, so this is a total down the bottom there, that's not an addition. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
a total. Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
Thank you.
and you know
I
that
thought
you're
it
going to
was
have to
addition.
explain this to us every
Yeah.
time we come across
Yeah.
it.
To me every time we start doing it, so.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, okay, now I understand. So that, maybe we could just say total, so just to make it clearer for the future, just say total intergovernmental rather than other. Because
Can we do that?
we got intergovernmental at the top, so
Yeah.
rather than, in other, it sounds like it's something in addition.
So we're
No,
done.
that's a QuickBooks.
Okay. You just are going to have to explain it to us every
Okay,
freaking time.
yeah, you will.
Just say-
'Cause everybody new is gonna think, well, that's something extra because it's other.
Well, not even everyone knew. It's like, I can't remember this every time. It's just,
Okay.
it's like, that's just something
Okay,
that I
all
always
right,
ask.
thank you, thank you.
Number, this one.
So maybe just plan for the future to sort of have that pre-explained.
So Joanne just explained it to me again, so don't feel bad, just do it to me as well. Once this revision is approved and all these things delineated, this other line can go away.
Oh, good, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Then you won't have to duplicate.
Thank you.
I don't have any, does anyone have any problems with the budget as they've worked it out?
Looks fine to me.
Yep, other than net income, I would, yeah, but I think in reality, we've got about a $31,000 surplus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the future. Okay, thank you. Done.
Do we, I can't remember, do we just need a consensus? Do you need a motion that it's like we approve the changes?
No, because it's a budget revision.
I think we always just sort of said, yeah, we like it.
I think a motion.
Oh, you have a motion?
Approve it as presented.
Okay. Does someone wish
I
to?
move that we approve the budget as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the budget be approved as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, unanimous. Thank you very much, Mr. Director. And we will move to the next item on the agenda. North would be Park and Rec Island Ice. So I listened to your presentation, and I've reviewed the slides. Does anyone else need? Do you want to make an update, or do you have more further information?
On some things that we
Okay.
can find out since then. The idea, the probable location, if we do this, would be the tennis courts, the now pickleball courts, next to the Chamber of Commerce. And I found out talking to Mary Anderson at the Senior Center that actually it's school district property, but they own them, and they're okay with us using them.
For free?
Yeah, it would be for free.
No charge, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Who
So that
who did you talk to?
Mary Anderson over at the Senior Center.
So she's not in the school district.
No, but it's basically, it's school district property, but they're the ones that do all the scheduling and do all the stuff.
So they don't
I
expect,
will clear it with the school district, though.
Right, okay.
they don't expect any kickback from the pickleball players?
No, they go indoors, they go to the Oak
Okay.
Harbor Christian in the winter.
Thank you.
I have them bolded so it's easier for me, I'll find them quickly here. One of the questions was insurance, what's this going to do for insurance? Oh, just the next thing that I found here. Okay, they're both right here. Actually, I secured through Walmart storage on Oak Harbor Street now, I guess. They will store the stuff gratis for us. It's part of their, in return for advertising, but, so now we have a storage place to keep them when we're not being used. That doesn't, at no charge. And then the quote, I got a quote back from our broker from CIAW. The additional insurance markup for a 30-foot by 60-foot rink is $210 annually.
Annually?
Annually.
So that's all we would have to pay to run this, insurance-wise, is $210.
That would be the addition to the insurance premium that we make, yes. So if we were into this alone, yeah, $210 because we already have a policy.
Well, so if it's so cheap for us, why was it so expensive for,
Because the Chambers we're already a
Yeah,
recreation.
we're paying $65,000 a year to have our insurance that they don't
Okay.
have.
okay.
So, yeah, those were the updates.
There's only three of us. I don't want to make a major decision. We'll talk about this again next week.
Well, I wanted to ask a
But-
question.
Okay, good. And that's what I was going to say. Let's ask any questions that we have so that the director can either answer them or get answers for next
So
week.
if we, the plywood base floor, can we use what has already been bought by,
If we need to, yes.
Okay.
If we do it on the pickleball court, we may not have to have a ply because it's already an asphalt surface.
great, okay, thank you. I had to operate the rink before it was only like 1 week. And I have a question as to, if we're running for Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, 12 and a half weeks, will the novelty and use decline, do you think?
Potentially, but the plan right now is to only run it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's not a 7-day-a-week thing except during the 2 weeks of holiday break for school.
Uh-huh.
Outside of that, it would just be holidays and 4 nights a week. I could go down to 3 nights a week and make it more of a novelty so it's not always available.
Right.
And it was going to be what time to what time?
Like 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock is the plan right now.
Okay.
So 6 hour, that would be 4 1.5 hour blocks.
Yeah, and we'll get to that, but you say staff it with part-time manager and attendants. I think you're going to also need, you got all these supplies you're going to have to store someplace, load them into a vehicle, take them out there, that's paid time, set it up, clean the rink, because it's certainly going to probably get dirty in between. And so probably, I would think you need at least a half-hour setup time ahead of time and a half-hour take down
Yeah,
afterwards.
adding another hour
Yeah,
would be appropriate for that.
okay. And you know, of course, you have to set up the lights and decorations and all that other stuff anyway, and the music. And also, I mean, we have no competition and there's only one rink in 60 Mile. Why, if this is so profitable and it's a sure thing, why isn't there more competition?
Competition to host it, or why aren't there?
Yeah, why aren't there
around?
more of these around, and why isn't there more people here who say, well, we'll do it because we can make a profit off this? It seems to be a sure thing.
So the first question, I can't answer why no one else around here in Mount Vernon, Manacor, no one's doing it. I don't know why it turned out. The second question is why no one else is screaming for it is because the chamber came to me first. So we have right of first refusal on this.
Okay.
I mean, they would, if we vote no, we don't want to do it, they're probably gonna go forward, maybe just rent it for a week again and then set up, but
Okay.
whether we pass or fail the next levy, this could run and still bring revenue in.
Yeah, but that's another thing I've had problems with, because I mean, even with the part-time people, you're still going to need a supervisor above them, which would be you. If we don't have if the levy doesn't pass, are we going to be able to afford to keep you on full-time I mean, Matt seems to me certainly critical staying full-time to keep the mothballed pool
We're
from...
working all those numbers right now.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm saying. Before you can say that, I think I'd like to see the numbers from...
Okay.
And then products, skates, railing, you didn't... decorations, AED music, you said we're going to have to set music set up. So that's extra expenses that you didn't figure in with
Well, it's not in the cost of the rink per se.
but
it would be
it's our initial startup cost.
Yeah, but that's what we would try, the fundraising would be to
It
cover all of
would,
this.
that would cover that, including the rent, the buying of the rink material.
Yes, we're trying to
Cover everything.
cover everything as best we can, yes.
Well, that would make a difference for me if it covers everything. Because I think
That's the intent.
my problem is I don't sort of want to think the uncertainty of our budget and so on and so forth, and I don't want to draw our budget into the red and take money out of the reserve as startup costs. If we can be sure not to have that, that would be nice. And then electrical hookup is going to be costs, and then porta
Well, maybe not, they were able to get Puget last year to,
Oh, wow.
so.
All right.
But that was only a week, but we're still
Okay.
gonna try. I mean, we have met Christine Cribb last time.
Okay.
She and I have talked a couple times since then.
Okay.
And have started mapping out the campaign.
Well, this is sounding better all the time now.
What's that?
This is sounding a little better all the time now.
I'm glad.
A porta potty. I think we're going to need a porta potty.
We will, that's $100 a month.
Okay.
So I think we can bite the bullet on that.
Okay. Alrighty. Warranty. What does a warranty cover and for how long on this? Because I've sort of read up on Googled these things, it's not like real ice. It's not quite as slick. It kind of wears out the skate blades faster. And depending upon, there's various types of materials. Some of them, obviously the more expensive ones are probably the better ones, with less wear and tear and more slick. So what's the warranty cover?
It covers,
How long is it going to last?
I think the one company that I got a warranty answer back from was a 1-year warranty. But it covers if the thing becomes damaged not due to use, by someone abusing it
Yeah, I was wondering, do these skates have those little, like regular ice skates have the little thing that stop? I would hope they wouldn't, because you would think
No,
that.
not ice, I'm not an ice skater.
Well, I am. I mean, figure skates have this like gnarled point on the front, so that people can,
No, they would have,
and it
part of the
scratches
purpose
regular
would be the
ice.
skates that use there that would not be,
Okay. All right. And 120 pairs of skates, is that included in? Are they going to buy those too?
it would be in the
All right, and so you figuring about a half size from 5 to 12 and a half or something, and how many of each? And you need to sort of figure out how much you know, are you going to need more middle size?
So both companies have answered that question
Oh,
for me,
okay.
that they know, that we've done this tons of times.
Yeah, I
We
would
know
think
what-
they would.
We know what to send you.
Okay, all righty. And then the only other thing, I guess, or let's see, you had a 20, 30, 45. At a 30 by 60, I would think, I don't know, is this 30 by 60 in here? I don't know.
If you're in the pool,
Yeah,
you know where the little blue thing where the
Yeah.
kids do the ball off of,
yep,
from the end where you start from when you start swimming,
Uh-huh.
that's approximately 60 feet and go over 4 lanes.
okay. So I've pictured 20 people skating around in there. That seems like a lot of people for that area. More-
You can, both companies say you can put 45, maybe up to 60, depending on what they're
Without
doing.
people running each other and knocking each
Yeah.
other down? Okay. Okay,
On a 30 by 60.
all right. And, yeah, and the setup and breakdown time, there's both the setup each time, the half hour I added on, plus there's the initial setup time.
That would be Matt and me probably.
Right.
For their fee.
Oh, is that right? You think you guys can do it? So it doesn't need a,
All it is, you know, all it is interlocking
Oh,
panels
okay.
that you put down and tamp them into place, make them smooth and
oh,
do all the stuff, but yes.
okay. All righty. Yep, that answers. Oh, on the permitting, what's the cost on that? That's probably not much, huh?
I would think not $100, I can't imagine it being that high, but we're gonna work to see if we can get that.
Okay, thank you. I'm done.
Last time you asked about security, I don't think the question was really.
Oh, yeah.
Have you thought about security or?
Yeah, a little bit more. One of the things that Mary Anderson wants to do is on half of the court or all the court, put up a chain link, another big tall, because if you recall, there's a big wall in the middle that separate the two courts. Two sides, well actually there are 4 courts, 2 on each side.
Right.
The one side, closest to the chamber, also has a big chain link thing that goes up 10, 12 feet. Enclose that is what it is. Otherwise, it'll be, well, last year, when they had it down at the Windjammer Park, they had no problems with it. So, I mean, there'd be the light, we'd probably leave the lights on for something like that. We have some security cameras that we can put up there that are wireless. And that would hopefully deter.
Okay. Okay, in the report it says, a survey was sent to chamber members about whether or not to do it again. 98% said yes. Do you know, and that was 90% of the people that returned the surveys. Do you know how many people returned the survey? So it could have been 98% of 10 people. So just saying. And we don't have to make a commitment before we actually get commitment for all the funding, correct?
I'm not gonna go look for something if I don't have a commitment that I can do it. That's
Okay.
my time.
No, I mean commitment from all the businesses
Yeah,
to say,
right, yeah.
because that's, I don't want us to commit to something and then have it, the fundraising not
Yeah, all these
go.
costs that you said that they were going to cover.
And as we said last time when we talked about it, if we can't do it, then we turn it off and give them their money back.
Okay,
And then
yeah,
shoot for it next year or
Sure.
figure out what we're
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah, and actually, that was one of my things. I mean, next year we might be in better position to do some upfront costs. But anyway, it doesn't sound like there's any significant upfront costs, so
No.
that
If
sort
the
of
fund, if
takes,
the capital fundraising goes well for it, then
Yeah.
we should cover everything.
okay.
okay. And on this lovely graph that showed we can make buttloads of money and only cost $168, I think this was a day.
Yeah.
So it says the projected daily revenue is based on an average number of skaters per hour.
Right. For a while. Mhm.
So where is that average number of skaters per hour? Where did that figure come from?
Well, just go to the lowest one, 560.
Mm-hmm.
Under it, you see 20 skaters per block. That's
Yeah.
what that is. So if all I get out of a full day, 4 blocks, is 20 skaters per block, 80 people in a day to come through there, then I'll make $560 in revenue. And then Of course, I'm gonna add another hour to
Right,
that.
there we go.
for
Thank
the
you.
people, but that's not gonna increase this even to $200. And that's the cost of the staff to work it.
I understood where this 168 came from. I'm just wondering where the 20 skaters came from.
Oh, it's $7 to come skate for an
How
hour.
how many did they average last year per hour, do you know?
I don't know.
That would be nice
That was
to
my,
know.
because this is just we would like to have,
Guesstimate, yeah.
I would like to have 12 people in the pool during lap swim time, and I would like to have, well, except when I want to swim, and I would like to have during open swim, 200 people, or the maximum number we can cram in the pool.
Oh, okay.
We don't always get that. So I would like you to find out from Christine for next week, how many people did they have, the lowest day, the highest day, the average? If they know, that would be useful information for us. Knowing that they only did it for a week, so it had a novelty thing. But and I'm not saying this isn't a great thing. I think a lot of people do like to skate or like the idea of skating, especially in winter. Rockefeller Center, it's all cool. It's winter. Let's go skating right before Christmas. It's very romantic. It's very good. But I just was like, where'd the number come from? And it's
Those
just
are just projected, if I can get that
Yeah.
per hour. They're just projections, they're not that based on.
So could you ask?
Yeah, I've got.
Thank you.
I'll ask them.
yeah, because I think if we put some real numbers in there from what we actually saw last year for that 1 week period, that'll give us something to think of.
The one thing she did tell me, again, it's not a number, even during that week whenever it was going sideways sleet and rain, that week between Christmas and New Year's, there were people out there. They went out there, of course, why not? It's sleet and rain.
Yeah, you would think it'd be better, more slick.
One would think.
Because actually, they said that there was something you have to spray on that every once in a while to increase the slickness, but that's okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, a couple things. One of the things you mentioned, not wanting to make a decision tonight necessarily without everybody here, but I do get that. I hope that by putting it off another week, I hope by not making a decision tonight that we're not by default making a decision. I know when Christine was here, she pointed out that even waiting another week, that we're getting perilously close to, we're asking businesses for money, and every day closer. I mean, this is something that we would have to purchase by October or something probably to make it happen. So that's coming up. I'm not going to be here next week. However, I'm willing to go on the record and say that I do support this. And
Okay.
If it's 2-2 and we're going to have a special meeting to make it move ahead, I'll be back that following Monday. So
Okay.
that is what it is. The only other thing, I've heard a few people mention, concern about the levy and this and that. Being that we wouldn't be moving ahead until we received the donations from local businesses, my thought there kind of is, what if this is our only chance to pass the levy, to kind of maybe change the narrative and get some good press for once?
Well, I think we're not saying he can't go ahead and we're saying he needs to go ahead and see if he can get the funds and so on and so forth. Oh, we're not.
No, he was waiting until he actually had the go-ahead from us.
I don't want to go expend the energy and then if it's going to be a no vote by the commission.
Okay. Well, I mean, I certainly, yeah.
Christine Cribb and I have probably about a 70% straw man plan ready to go on the capital campaign thing, but we won't execute it unless there's a yes vote on it.
Okay. And knowing that you are for, I'll stick that in my head, and we'll vote on it next week.
Yeah, so I mean,
assume.
if
So-
98% of 90% of them said yes, then we should be able to get the fund. And if they're saying yes, they want it, and they should understand if they're going to have to fund the upfront costs, there should be no problem. I mean, so we should be able to get sort of an answer.
It's a 6-week campaign to raise the funds for it.
Okay.
And we'd be glad to have any help from the commission if the voters go forward to
That'd be awesome.
be part of it. So,
Okay. Is there any other questions? Okay. That's all our business. Do you have a motion for adjournment?
I make a motion, we adjourn?
Second.
It's moved and second. We adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And the chair agrees. Unanimous decision. Meeting is adjourned at 7:26 p.m. Woohoo!
Thank you.
That was an amazing short meeting. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good job.
She went back to Ohio, Michigan, something like that?
South
Somewhere back
Dakota.
there?
Somewhere in the
She checked
Midwest.
her oil right.
South Dakota, okay. That's not near as far, okay, that's good.